All right. Cracked a fresh one. That smells beautiful. So this here is Mother Earth Brew Co. And this one's called Alone in Space. It's a hazy oatmeal IPA. And if you see there, the hops has Sabro, Galaxy, Mosaic, and El Dorado hops. So some really good varieties there. You really can't go wrong with Galaxy or Mosaic. Sabro is becoming ever increasingly more popular. And El Dorado is one of those, like, in the secondary batch of kind of like popular hops. But it's still a good one. Alright. That shit was nice. It's actually got a pretty soft mouth feel, but just really like bright citrus. Normally when you have like oatmeal and beers, it brings that like soft mouth feel. Alright. So we're going to be using London Barbershop from Maggard Razors. This is actually made by Through the Fine Craft. Through the Fine Craft, like CDB says. So Maria Armin makes this for Maggard Razors, and I believe this is a different formula than the one that she currently has now. Now, I don't know if she updated Maggard stock, or if she makes a special formula just for Maggards, or I don't know what the deal is. But I put this side by side with some samples I bought very recently, and they had different ingredients. So, or at least they were in different spots in the ingredient list, which made me think they are a different formula. Anyhow, this stuff smells amazing. Very simple. It had 4 notes: bergamot, basil leaf, oak moss, and white patchouli. Now let's crack this open. To me, I feel like this is a classic barbershop scent. If anything, it kind of has like a little like cool type vibe to it. I don't think it's menthol. I don't remember seeing menthol, but it has kind of like a cool vibe to it, like a refreshing type characteristic to it. To me, the kind of oak moss and white patchouli, which I don't really know the difference between white patchouli and regular patchouli. I'm not that deep in the game. But to me, like the oak moss and white patchouli kind of create the bulk of the fragrance. And then I feel like the basil leaf keeps it from getting kind of too earthy and kind of, too warm. And the bergamot just adds some sweetness to keep it as well. So it's nice. I think it's lovely. So that's what we're using today. You can see it there. Kind of had some kind of cool effects on the surface there. It kind of looks like the moon or something like that. So that's what we're using. We got some loaded up into the Lancaster bowl here. Gotta love it. Gonna be using my Aftershave Co. synthetic matching aftershave splash with a different color blue than the label. I wonder what that's about. And then the Blackland Razors Vector. I always got to show the profile of that to see just how thin this thing really is. It's crazy. Alright, so let me put that to the side. I'm just using tap water today, so we're just going to go straight into my regular water there. I'll go ahead and wring it out. And we'll get to loading. So, this was sent with Marion's gift package. I've been kind of working my way through Marion's gift package as well as Ken's gift package. So Marion the Barbarian and Ken from Shave 326. Both of them on Facebook, both of them on Instagram. So we're getting a little bit pasty. I'm just going to dip the tips and keep going. So this setup, the London Barbershop setup, is from Marion's gift package. I guess I shouldn't say pseudo gift package because he let me keep some things and then some things he wants back. So this is out of Marion's gift package. And I've been kind of skipping back and forth, but I've been using them kind of in like quick succession because I do want to get these items back to them in a timely manner. So the scent on this is actually pretty prevalent. I'd say it's probably 6 out of 10. It's above medium. I could smell it, you know, even when I'm lathering down by my waist. And no, I'm not lathering down by my waist. So it looks like it's building up. I feel like most of it's in here, though. I'm going to add some more water because I feel like it can take it. I don't feel like we're there yet. It just seems to keep on taking the water that I give it. I don't think I loaded heavy, but like I said, never used this particular base before, so who knows. And again, I feel like it's all in the brush. I feel like the brush is retaining like a ton of this. Normally I'd say that's good. I mean, it looks great. But in the back of my mind, I feel like it could take more water. Alright, let's wet the face and get going. So, this, if you don't know, it is soaps that come in a motherfucking ball week. Hosted by Ken from Shave 326. Now, pretty much all of our soaps these days come in a tub. But he said anybody could participate, more or less. He's like, if you're a bowl latherer, you kind of get a cheat join. And to be honest, I don't really know. When I think of soaps that come in a motherfucking bowl, I think of like soaps that come in like one of those wood bowls. Like those I feel like are actual bowls. Like the little plastic tubs that we get in kind of like the bulk of releases these days. I don't classify those as a bowl really. But those wooden bowls, those soaps that come in like wooden bowls, or something like unique that you might hesitate to throw away afterwards, those I feel like qualify. Now, I'm not making the rules or anything. Participate however you feel like you want to participate. But I was thinking, I don't have any soap that kind of comes in a motherfucking wooden bowl. Nor do I think I've ever used them. Like, they're cool. I definitely think it's cool, but I think the soaps that are found in those are kind of in the like mass-produced average performance type area, which average will get the job done, no fucking doubt about it. But for a hobbyist, I wasn't necessarily like interested in going and getting it. Oh, with the green. But maybe I should actually look into getting a soap that comes in a motherfucking wood bowl. Just to add it to the collection. Now the Vector here has a Schick Proline P30 blade. And this was sent over sometime back by Shaving with Chief. Because I had mentioned that I'd been interested in the Vector for a long time, and I still hadn't tried one yet. And so Corey sent it along with some other samples of stuff just for me to try. And then before I even got around to setting it back, he asked if I would like to purchase it from him. And I took him up on that offer. And being the badass gentleman that he is, he gave me a hell of a deal that I couldn't talk myself out of. You know, I tried to pay a fair price for it, and he wanted to give me a deal price, and he wouldn't he wouldn't take it any other way. So I got a good deal on this, and I'm really thankful to the chief for sending that along and giving me that deal. That was fucking awesome, and I haven't forgot about it. And then, I'm really also indebted to Ken and Marion for sending all this gear along. We stay in contact almost daily. Me, Ken, and Marion, and really Carlitos as well. And those are really becoming like some of my closest brothers, along with Jack. I would say Jack from the Virtual Groomroom is probably my longest lasting, closest friend in the wet shaving space. And but anyways, so yeah, Ken and Marion, they definitely sent along they sent along a ton of gear without really knowing me all that well yet, and just really like leap of faithed it with lots of gear, lots of high value gear, low value gear, but lots of regardless, there was kind of a big dollar amount sent along in each one of these packages, and they just sent it along, you know, leap of faith style to me, and I really think that was pretty badass, and that really shows kind of like what this community is about, that they kind of took that leap of faith with me. Cheers, guys. And I'll definitely be returning those favors, and I'll definitely be sending this gear back in as good a shape as I found it, and I'll be sending stuff for them to try that I'm unsure if they've ever tried, and I'll be sending just stuff that I'd like to see them use and give impressions on. So I think it's really mutually beneficial, not only to YouTubers, but to pretty much all community members, to kind of greet other community members with open arms, not only sharing knowledge and opinions, but really sharing gear and product, because this shit ain't cheap, and we blind buy all the time. And one way to help each other out is to share product with each other so we can try before we buy and make that investment, and potentially, you know, be stuck with some product we don't like on our hands, and then we're dealt with the task of you know, reselling and that whole grind, which isn't always very hard to do, but it's still another step in the process that's cumbersome that I think we'd like to avoid if we could. I think we'd like every purchase to be a win, but it just doesn't go that way, you know. So I think it is important to share product with each other and kind of help each other try before you buy. I mean, build a rapport with someone, but give people a chance, you know? Alright, so back to the soap. I have had no problems with this whatsoever. I don't think that this is like a super high-end fancy schmancy soap base, but it does get the job done. It also kind of has a somewhat low density. But it has plenty of slickness. And like I've always said, it's kind of really all you need. There's no doubt I probably could have kept working it a little bit more, but once it gets to kind of like an acceptable range for me, I just go with it. I could lather for ages, but it's not always necessary. I'd say at this point I even lather longer than I need to, because I'm usually talking during that time. But it's not necessarily needed whatsoever. And the Vector's just a perfect mix of like just over medium kind of, what should I say? It has that nice blade feel and just over medium efficiency, making it a nice razor for intermediate to experienced wet shavers. Whoa, excuse me. And it really got the job done there for me. I really enjoyed that a lot. I guarantee I'm BBS. Because that Vector is just, like, it's the perfect efficiency that I need. I could go more aggressive, sure, but I know my beard map pretty well. And even with the mild razor, I can get very close the majority of the time. Alright, so let me try to get most of this off here. And that stuff was fucking fantastic. Like, I could see using this like before work. A nice morning shave, a classic shave scent. I don't think this sort of scent is offensive whatsoever. I don't think it smelt too mature either. Like, I wouldn't say it's youthful, but I would say more like timeless. It's just a nice, pleasant barbershop scent. I could see why this one, you know, has sold so well for so long, because it's a good one. It's an oldie, but a goodie. Okay. I'll get the rest afterwards. Fuck it. So that was the Lancaster towel. Always a pleasure to use that. Plush, just fluffy, fluff. Really nice. Let's see what this London Barbershop Aftershave is all about. Let's see, does it have menthol? No. But why not? Why not add a little something? See if I can throw some frost drop juice in there. Just because I should have used the mentholated pre-shave. I'm just gonna get some juice off into the hand. That's what she said. So I took both the caps off of those. I'm just gonna get some menthol juices out there. And then we'll kind of get some aftershave in there as well. Mix that up. I noticed this one kind of had a milky type consistency to it. Definitely feels kind of somewhat heavy. So might be heavy on skin food or something like that. I don't know. Let me take a look. I'll get some up here too, just for the hell of it, and on the forearms. Very classic. Let me take a look here. Alcohol, witch hazel, distillate, aloe, glycerin, polysorbate 20. Then we start getting to the more crazier preservative words, emulsifier words, fragrance. Okay, so still pretty basic, but not you know, bones dry basic. So nice cooling going on. For me, not nothing crazy, but it's definitely enjoyable. And that was one hell of a shave. Everywhere that razor touched is BBS. Just smooth as can be. Like a fucking plucked chicken right there. Alright. Maggard's London Barbershop, made by Through the Firefine Craft. Very nice, classic scent. Very good soap base. Running with the pack. Not necessarily leading the pack, but running with the pack. Aftershave felt nice. It's actually drying in pretty nicely. It's not too tacky. Absorbing nicely. I can't really say how the long-term post-shave is going to be, but feels good right now. I used my Lancaster bowl that I always use. I love this thing. Helps me create shaving lathers every fucking day. And then the Alpha Shaving Company Outlaw handle with a silver synthetic knot on top. I love the look of this brush, but the loft is set too low on the knot, and it is a springy, hard display, kind of it's kind of a bummer, really. I love the way it looks, but I think it's always kind of a bummer to shave with it because I don't like the way that the knot is set. And I keep saying I need to change that, and I still need to change that. But I do have another Outlaw handle coming. It's been held up in customs for about 2 months, but I got a red one coming. So, that'll do it. We'll finish where we started. And the Vector. Fucking love the Vector. Finish where we started. Alone in Space from Mother Earth Baruco. Awesome label, like they are most of the time. Thank you for watching my IG lives, my Facebook lives. Thank you for catching the replays on YouTube. Thank you for watching my YouTube. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. What day is tomorrow? Wednesday? Okay. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright. Cheers, guys. Have a good midweek.